Hello, every pony. So, Disclosure Day is definitely a film that came out this year. I'm not gonna speak on the filmmaking aspects of this film. I'm sure they've already been pummeled into the ground, and I don't need to join that dog pile. I didn't enjoy this movie for its filmmaking reasons, but that's separate from what I think the actual problem is, which is the message behind it. This almost 2.5 hours of nonsense centers around the plot point that the government is hiding aliens from us. That's it, that's the plot. That's not even like spoilers, I think that came across in the trailer. But the government is hiding aliens from us, and that's a problem. If an indie director had tried to make this film, they would be called out of touch and a conspiracy theorist. Because that's what it sounds like. But because it was Steven Spielberg, obviously, you know, it got all the marketing and $1 million trillion. So the theme of the government is hiding aliens from us, why it is problematic. Not even problematic, why it is harmful and out of touch and doesn't deserve making a movie about. There's two main reasons. The first, I don't know if this trend has an actual name, so I'm just gonna spell it out as simply as possible and with as few big words as possible. Liberals care about animal lives more than they care about actual human beings' lives because caring about people is political. Think about climate change rhetoric and who it is said to affect. Either the bees are all dying or the polar bears are running out of ice, or soon it'll get bad for people in the Western world. This completely ignores the actual tangible physical effects that are happening right now to people in the global south.
In some parts of the world, the effects of inaction are already clear. The slums of Bangladesh's capital are filling up with climate migrants.
For some reason, it is easier to make people care about a bug than it is for actual human beings on the other side of the globe that are being affected by the thing that you are trying to prevent. So you're trying to prevent it for the bug's sake and not for the person in the Philippines who's being affected by worse and worse hurricanes every year. People are more motivated to donate to an animal sanctuary than they are to Palestinian families being killed and driven out by the IOF. So that is point number one. It is privileged to act like the livelihood of aliens matters more than the well-being of real-life human beings, and then to frame a whole movie's plot around that. Okay, and then my second point, I think, really calls out the hypocrisy and out-of-touch nature that this plot has. It is so moronic and privileged to try and divert attention to whistleblowers on like alien mistreatment by the government when we are painfully aware of what the United States government does to other human beings right now. Aliens are not on the forefront of anyone's minds. This is what I think kind of makes Steven Spielberg out to be so out of touch with this specific movie, is that his movies were coming out when people cared about aliens. In our current political climate that revolves around complete demonization of groups for the purpose of neo-Nazi-esque eradication, why would I give a shit if there is aliens? Genuinely, answer me that. The film uses shots of experimentation and dissection of aliens as shock value, something to make the characters upset, like Jane when she showed what, I forget what the name of Josh O'Connor's character, when Josh O'Connor's character is showing her a clip of an alien getting dissected and he's like, man, this one is pretty bad. We know the government does this in recent memory to its own citizens. People have definitely made movies about that and called that out, but it will never in a million years get as much attention as this. I don't think I need to drive this point home any more than I have. I think you get it. It is not hard to understand that this film was created by the most out-of-touch man in the world who spends most of his time thinking about conspiracy theories for boomers instead of like his fellow man, and deciding to make an entire movie about that, and Hollywood just let him. If you came away from this not wanting to watch the movie, that's great. I don't care. I just need to put this out there because I feel like it is crazy that no one else is talking about this. But it is genuinely upsetting to act like this presentation of aliens and politics, because this was mostly a political and like mystery movie and not his just typical alien supernatural. To act like the juxtaposition of that doesn't mean something. Yes, these are fictional characters, fictional aliens, etc. It is clear that this means something because someone made this. I leave you with this. Steven Spielberg is presenting the discovery of extraterrestrials as the only way to bring humanity together. He has already given up. That is not what we need right now. Period. There is still hope.